Let's bring in our guest for this afternoon, Batangas 2nd District Congresswoman Gerville Luistro. Congresswoman Luistro is one of 11 lawmakers chosen to serve as prosecutors in the impeachment trial of VP Sara Duterte at the Senate. Magandang hapon po and welcome back to Storycon.
Good afternoon, Congresswoman.
Magandang
afternoon po.
Magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat and thank you for having me here at Storycon.
Thank you, ma'am.
Nakakatatlo, apat na yata tayong interview na magkakasama tayo, Kong. Simula kahapon.
Ma'am, let me start off with this. Ang dami nangyari kahapon tapos biglang wala nang nangyayari. I'm talking for
May
about
press conference naman
nag-press con about
Yes,
tungkol sa
we
walang
are
mangyayari.
also looking forward na sana mayroong mangyari, no?
Oo.
Just like everybody else is looking forward to, no? Sapagkat syempre ito'y public clamor. The Filipino people have been wanting for this since the time that 3 prior impeachment complaints were filed. At kahit kami sa Congress, sa House, it was a feeling of relief na at least we've done our part. It was endorsed, the 4th complaint to be specific, was endorsed by 215 of us and it was successfully transmitted to the Senate at kami man po ay naghihintay din na may mangyari. Ang bola po ay naipasa na natin sa Senado ngayon. Kaya I hope na we will be able to hear something from them about the possibility of proceeding to an impeachment trial.
Pero ma'am, we heard already this morning from them, specifically from SP Escudero, na an impeachment court will not be convened during the recess. Ibig sabihin, unless there is something magnificently enormous that turns up, like a dinosaur or steps on us or something, it will be June 2 na.
Or alien invasion.
Well, that's already us. Pero mukhang yun po,
there is another school of thought which says na ito pong impeachment trial is different from a legislative process. So, notwithstanding the fact na on recess ang Senate, they can accordingly proceed and create an impeachment court anytime during recess, no? But of course, as prosecutors, iba po yung trabaho natin. Iba dun sa ating mga 23 senators who will be sitting as impeachment court judges. I hope they will be resolving this matter in favor of impeachment, no? Para at least ma-fulfill natin yung constitutional duty natin for the Filipino people. Kasi itong sa amin sa House to act as prosecutors, ito'y constitutional duty, and for the Senate to act as the judges of the impeachment court, ay ito po'y constitutional duty din ng ating mga senador.
Medyo napag-usapan namin yan kanina, Congresswoman, na wala naman kami mahanap na hindrance para mag-convene yung Senado as soon as possible. At wala namang hindrance na maghintay ng 3.5 months, no, bago sila mag-convene as plenary. Pero doon sa press con ni Senate President Escudero, parang irritated siya. Ang sabi niya ay, bakit naman last minute sa amin sinubmit? Tapos sabi niya, wala namang kaya mag-impose sa amin, no, in terms of timeline, etc., etc. Pero parang medyo asar siya. Ano bang tingin niyo doon sa kanyang statement? Hindi naman kinakailangan sumagot kayo, Congresswoman. No, pero hindi lang naman dahil baka kasi may
Tinanong mo na eh.
baka kasi may sagot.
I wish to answer and anchor the same doon sa ating existing constitutional provisions. No? Sabi nyo nga, Sir Ronald, ay wala namang nagbabawal, wala namang hindrance. Actually, if you will examine the provisions of the Constitution is silent. The wordings merely are, shall immediately convene an impeachment court. But it does not provide na kapag recess ay bawal. So, following one of the most prominent legal principle na if the law does not provide, we should not provide. Eh kung wala namang prohibition, I think they have all the reasons to proceed to the creation of impeachment court. That is if they so desire. No?
Yes.
But at the end of the day, sila yung impeachment court, tayo yung prosecutor, so we will be submitting to their wisdom and expertise.
So, Congresswoman, in the meantime, ano po yung ginagawa ngayon ng prosecution team? Ano yung agenda niya for the next 2.5 months? Kung June
We
pa yan
have
mag-uumpisa.
started discussing along with each other, no? The 7 articles of impeachment, the evidence that we will be presenting, no? Including the technical staff who will be assisting all of us, the 11 of us, prosecutors to represent the House of Representatives. In other words, in as far as we are concerned, we are ready to do our job. And we have started already discussing along with each other.
Congresswoman, hanggang ngayon, hindi nawawala yung speculation na there is some influence from Malacanang on the movements in the House of Representatives. Eh kanina, paulit-ulit na sinabi ni President Marcos, hands off ako dyan, wala akong kinalaman dyan. And hindi daw nasunod yung gusto niya, kaya sundin na lang daw yung proseso. What do you make of those statements, Congresswoman? Kasi hindi pa rin nawawala yung suspicion ng mga tao na actually ito yung tunay na agenda ng Marcos administration or ano ba talaga?
Ako ma'am, from the very start, even during the time na nag-pronounce ang president na he is not in favor about impeachment, I always recognize the principle of separation of power, no? May sariling kapangyarihan ang executive, may sariling kapangyarihan ang judiciary, may sariling kapangyarihan ang legislative, ang kongreso, no? So notwithstanding the fact na negative ang executive about the impeachment process, I hope everybody will agree na mayroon pong constitutional duty ang Kongreso having received the 3 impeachment complaints. This is something na hindi po natin pwedeng talikuran. We need to take this up. It's either we approve or we disapprove. And considering the issue of timeline, talagang malaking challenge na po sa atin ito if we will be considering to refer the 3 complaints to the Justice Committee, which is given a period of 60 days to hear and evaluate the sufficiency in form of and substance of these 3 complaints. So we conceive and resolve to come up with a 4th impeachment complaint, which I believe is a summary and a consolidation of the 3 prior impeachment complaints, no? Na fortunately, it gained the endorsement of halos 2/3 ng members of the House when what is required is only 1/3. Kaya we will be able to do away with the hearing which is normally required for the filing of impeachment complaint. Kaya nga we were able to have this transmitted right away to the Senate, no? This is our way of saving the impeachment process. Kasi kung ito'y idadaan namin dito sa normal na proseso na nire-refer muna sa Justice Committee, baka hindi kayanin, abutin ng election even before we transmit the same. And of course, we understand that by June 30, 2025, the 19th Congress will adjourn. And unlike the Senate na we believe and we submit ay diretso ang kanyang existence, ang kanyang the term does not end, unlike us na natatapos na di-dissolve. Sa Senate, merong 12 remaining senators whose term are not interrupted. Kaya we thought of resorting to that one-third endorsement and have it transmitted right away to the Senate to be able to save the impeachment process.
Ma'am, pero why did the Congress wait for one entire month from the time that Congress resumed session on January 8 until the day that you decided to consolidate all the three complaints na dalawang buwan na pong nag-iintay? That was one entire month between the resumption of Congress and yesterday's transmittal. Kumbaga, if you do follow Chief Escudero's argument, pinatenga ng Kongreso tapos biglang minadali sa Senado on the last day.
Actually, yung period of time between January 8 and the filing yesterday,
Yes, ma'am.
as you mentioned, all the congressmen are doing their own evaluation. Most of us requested for their own copies of the impeachment complaints from the Office of the Secretary General. Kaya lang, it reached the point na the national parties, initiated to have this consensus and move to come up with this fourth impeachment complaint, which is actually a consolidation of the three prior complaints, no? Bagaman meron kayong na-observe na bakit natagalan, I wish to believe naman yung period of time na yon, merong kanya-kanyang pag-aaral na ginagawa ang mga members ng House until a meeting was initiated by the parties, which led to this fourth impeachment complaint na immediately nga we transmitted to the Senate. In fairness to all the members of the House, pagaman hindi ganun kabilis ang aming naging transmittal, ay the way I see it, ay yung period of time na yon, ginugol ng mga congressmen in evaluating the prior complaints that were filed before the Office of the Secretary General.
Yes, ma'am.
On a more trivial question, Congresswoman, transmit kasi yung impeachment sa Senate nung 215 signatures na. Pero ngayon, ang balita ko, more than 240 na. At may mga iba pang humahabol. Pwede ba yon na na-transmit na pero pwede pa bang humabol yung mga iba para pumirma? Hindi ba yan exam finish, submit all the papers? No? Hindi ba ganun yung kwan pag na-transmit na?
Touch move na.
Oh.
This is my personal opinion, no? I believe that just like any other affidavit, no? Pwede supplemental affidavit, especially considering na hindi pa naman nag-start yung impeachment trial. Kasi itong ating impeachment complaint na ito, this will form part of the evidence to be presented in court, and considering na wala pa ng presentation of evidence na nagaganap, I don't see anything wrong kung mayroong mga supplemental affidavit bearing the additional endorsement of the other members of the House. I'm not particular about the number, no, but I know for a fact maraming humahabol na House members supporting the fourth impeachment complaint.
Ma'am, we're actually already out of time, pero pahabol lang very, very quickly po. You mentioned kanina na sana mapaandar na sa Senado, bagamat sabi ni SP Cheese mukhang June 2 pa. Is there anything that can be done or that you can do, for example, from Congress to make sure that things start moving before pa June 2?
I humbly believe, Edna, from our end, wala kaming magagawa. Kasi the impeachment court is the Senate, no? So hanggat hindi sila nagko-convene as an impeachment court, hanggat hindi sila nanunumpa as judges of the impeachment court, I don't think we will be able to start this impeachment trial. So indeed, ang bola po'y nasa sa Senado ngayon.
Okay. Maraming salamat for joining us this afternoon. Johnny Storycon, Batangas 2nd District Congresswoman Gerville Luistro. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us again.
Salamat,
Maraming
Congresswoman.
Thank you, Congresswoman.
Thank you po.
Thank you.